Morning peeps, good morning everyone, how's everyone doing? Hopefully you guys are all doing well. Don't forget, if you're new to the channel, like, share, subscribe. Remember I told you guys I've got an announcement. I think I did a video last week sometime saying I've got something to tell you guys. I got an update about an hour ago saying that we are close, very close. I'm guessing they're just dotting the I's and crossing the T's. I feel like I'm making it sound a lot bigger than it is. But I'm excited by it, and hopefully you guys will be as well. They did say that they want this done by Thursday being tomorrow, which I'm guessing is a bit ambitious now, but hopefully once it is done, I will let you guys know, and you guys can all say, is that it? Is that what the big announcement was? But we'll see how it plays out. All right, let's see what there is to talk about today. All right, let's start here. Canelo Alvarez reaching to surpass legends as he soaks in another Las Vegas grand arrival. He almost must be numb to these grand arrivals. He's done so many. Like, he must have done around 20, maybe more. He's done about that, right? About 20 grand arrivals. He's been in big fights for so long now. But look, ultimately, once his career is all said and done, he'll look at these moments and be proud of what he's achieved in the sport of boxing. I mean, very few fighters get to this level where they are selling out arenas and commanding 8 figures a fight consistently. Like some fighters get there and that's it. Or some fighters get to a world title fight and that's it. And that's good enough, right? He is where he is because he is a very, very, very good fighter. A very special fighter who has the backing of a country behind him. Ultimately, though, beating Edgar Berlanga won't get him closer to surpassing legends. Like, say Canelo is, I'm not saying he is this, by the way, but say he is number 30 as an all-time great, like number 30. Like, beating Edgar Berlanga don't push you to 29. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't. Unless we see some sort of adversity. Say he gets knocked down and he comes through a thrilling war against Edgar Berlanga and we're like, oh my God, this was incredible. We need to see it again. I don't think that's how it's going to play out. So yeah, beating Edgar Berlanga won't do that. Beating a Benavidez might put you a place higher, right? Or maybe even that jump again to 175 and fighting the winner of Artur Beterbiev. I mean, those are the kind of fights where you start really reaching to see where he is in that all-time great list. This doesn't do this. I don't think this is as routine as an Avni Yildirim or a Rocky Fielding or maybe even a John Ryder, which was supposed to be routine and in the end really wasn't routine. But it's not too far away from that for me. That's what I think. I was thinking about this realistically. Like, what chance do you give an Edgar Berlanga who is younger, bigger, fresher, right? He's not had the same career that Canelo's had. He's not fought as many times. I mean, Canelo must be approaching 65 fights. I don't know how many Berlanga's had, 20, 21, I don't know. So he's a lot fresher, he's a lot bigger, he's a lot younger. He might be stronger, I'm not sure. Canelo is built like a bit of a tank. So those things should count for something. Like, when you're thinking about what chance does he have, those things I've just mentioned surely must mean something. But I don't think they do. I really don't think they do. Not in a fight of this magnitude. A fight of this magnitude, I think experience counts for a lot. Like a hell of a lot. Like, it's all well and good being the more youthful fighter. But I think experience counts for a lot. And it's kind of a bit, it's not too dissimilar to Dubois AJ, where, Dubois is big, he's strong, he's young, fresher, but AJ's got the experience. It's kind of similar. So look, I give him a small chance just because you just don't know. You don't know when father time gets to a fight. We've seen it with fighters where they just all of a sudden look old in a fight. Like, geez, what's going on? And then you're like, okay, surely this round he's going to start to really go through the gears. And then he can't go through the gears, or he tries to reach to the gears and there are no more gears. So look, you never know. But it would be one hell of a fucking upset. One hell of an upset if Edgar Berlanga was to beat Canelo Alvarez. Like, so I give him, I remember, I think the lowest percent I've ever given someone in a fight, I think, was Kroller Lomachenko. I think I gave Kroller, it might have been like a 5 or 10% chance. I'm not going to go that low, but that's kind of where we're thinking. That's kind of where I am. So I'd give Berlanga a 10 to 15% chance, and that's being super generous. Canelo's just too experienced. too good. I still think I think we sometimes need to separate the Canelo isn't fighting Benavidez from just how good Canelo is. I was at Canelo's fight against Munguia when he dropped Munguia, and he showed me, okay, Canelo still has a lot to offer. Like, Canelo played around with Jamal Charlo. I know Jamal Charlo was coming up from 154, but there was a lot of people that were like, oh, one of the Charlos is going to cause Canelo problem. Canelo is a fucking good fighter, man. A really good fighter. He's slowed down a bit. His feet have definitely slowed down. He certainly takes rounds off. He doesn't throw as many combinations as he used to. Like, Canelo used to really get in and throw 6-7 punch combinations, then get out. You don't really see that from him anymore. So he's definitely slowed down, but he is still a pound for pounder. Like, stop your bullshit about him. Canelo is still, I mean, you have the three of Inoue, Crawford, and Usyk. I mean, you can make an argument that Canelo's number 4. You can make an argument, right? It's Canelo, it's Bivol, it's Beterbiev. You might have to chuck Bam in and around that as well now. Canelo's right there. So Canelo's just too good for him. Canelo's too good. I don't think size will matter on the night. This isn't Benavidez, who is massive, but also very rangy, powerful, good boxer. Berlanga doesn't have that. And Benavidez is more experienced than Berlanga as well. So, yeah, 15% chance. I don't know if I'm going to stay up and watch it, but if I wake up on Sunday morning and it says Canelo has been defeated, I will go back to bed, wake up again, because I'd think I'm dreaming. Yeah, that's it. Artur Beterbiev, I need to do more training on my skills as a boxer. He's trolling. You know why I know he's trolling? Because there's been a lot of conversations about Bivol's a better boxer than Beterbiev, and Beterbiev really is just a knockout artist. He's trolling. Beterbiev is a fantastic boxer. The only fight you need to go and watch to know how good he is the Callum Smith fight. Don't watch his other fights. You don't need to. Just go and watch the Callum Smith fight, and that will answer all your questions about his boxing ability. The traps he's setting, the feints, it's beautiful. And it's beautiful. And then it's powerful. It's strong. It's aggressive. It's on the front foot. He is a killer. He's a fucking killer. I saw him the other day again. He was using that 20 kilo barbell and just playing around with it like it was fucking this. Like, he's putting it on his shoulder and just doing exercise. I'm like, no wonder he gets injured. This guy's a killer. Matey. You know what I was thinking about? I think I did this with Gareth A. Davis the other day. Canelo, I 100% believe, will fight Bivol if Bivol becomes undisputed. And he doesn't have to wait that long, right? I mean, look, Bivol becoming undisputed it's going to be tough for Bivol. But if Bivol, because I was thinking, yes, I am overlooking Berlanga, but who could he fight, right, realistically? And the big fight for him, the get back fight, and Bivol's not as big as Benavidez, you know, I've been around both, is Bivol. If Bivol becomes undisputed, I think Canelo is going to fight Bivol on a Riyadh season card and try and become undisputed at 175. That's what I think will happen. Yeah, but back to Beterbiev, killer. Let's see anyway. I can't wait for that fight. Talking of Riyadh seasons, I just saw that Riyadh season have announced the card in November. I didn't know anything about this, by the way, because I looked at the schedule and I'm pretty sure it said October, we know, December, we know, and February. I didn't see any November one there. But they've announced the card. It's a Golden Boy card. It's going to be headlined by Zerdo versus Chris Smith. Obviously a unification fight in the cruiserweight division, which is good. And I like what they've done here. Zepeda will be on the card as well. And what they've done, which is quite smart, is they've done this card very, very close to the October 12th card where Opataya is on it and Shakur Stevenson. So it's almost semi-final time. It's weird. Shakur comes through his fight, Zepeda comes through his fight, they fight. Opataya comes through his fight, he fights the winner of Zerdo and Chris Smith. So I don't mind it. Close fights. Cards that are very close together, that have guys on both that could meet up eventually. But yeah, interesting. And it won't be a pay-per-view card. It's going to be free. I do wonder if it's going to be in a smaller arena. That Kingdom Arena is massive. And when you don't fill it, it's too big. Honestly, it's just too big. You just need a 5,000 seater arena over there, something small, and hopefully they do that for it. But yeah, interesting. Yeah, it's got it here. So Chris Smith versus Gilberto Ramirez, Jose Ramirez versus Arnold Barboza, and Zepeda versus Tevin Farmer. And I think they're going to announce 2 more. I'm not mad at that. Not mad at that at all. All right. Did you see Leonard Ellaby and Eddie Hearn arguing about Shakur and Gervonta? Love it. Love it. Perfect. I know what Eddie's doing here. Eddie's almost now wanting to stoke the fire for that fight. He's smart. He's smart. Because remember, by the way, Leonard and Eddie didn't talk. Remember, there was even talks about them fighting. It was proper beef. It was stupid. But now, all of a sudden, Eddie's now the spokesperson for Shakur. Ellaby's always been the spokesperson for Gervonta. I love it because you've now got two. Shakur and Gervonta don't even need to talk. These two will go at it. And Eddie's like, okay, I'll bet you. And he knows what he's doing by saying, I bet you. He's saying, let's make the fight. That wasn't a case of, I bet you. That was, let's make the fight. That's what that handshake was about. And I all of a sudden now believe we could see that fight very soon. I really do believe that. Obviously, like I just mentioned, Zepeda versus Shakur, but in a big world, fuck Zepeda. Let's go straight for the big dog. I like it. I like it a lot. And I like the fact that Eddie is stoking the fire here. And it's good. It's good to see. All right. Anything else? Let's see very quickly. Ryan Garcia talking again. Ryan Garcia labels Shakur Stevenson a bum. Oh, God. Next. Bob Arum delighted by broadcast platform for Beterbiev, Dmitry Bivol. So strange. So ESPN. So the Bivol Beterbiev card is on DAZN and other platforms, I believe. But ESPN in America are only showing Beterbiev Bivol, and DAZN are not showing that fight in America. It's just boxing. It's just how weird is that? How strange is that? Very, very strange. But yeah. Xander Zayas back in New York and ready to put on a show. Who is he fighting? I love Xander Zayas. He's a man that doesn't really get spoken about as much as he should do in the 154-pound division. I think he's a couple of years away from taking that division. I think he's a fantastic fighter. I think he'll have the full backing of the Puerto Rican fan base. And look, you start making MSG your home, Puerto Rican. I mean, in recent memory, Miguel Cotto sold that fucking place out regularly. He is taking on Damian Sosa at 25-2. But yeah, I like him. I think he's 1-2 fights away from being in contention. Really good fighter and one to look out for. All right, guys and girls, we are done. More videos to come, and hopefully I've got some news for you that you will laugh at in the next couple of days. Peace.